Hello everyone, welcome to the Ranting Shop. I am Melissa. Today we're going to be talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 4 Episode 7, My Bloody Galentines. Now weekend we were at a deficit. There was no Love and Marriage, but it's back this weekend and we're going to get right into things. So Kimmy goes to meet Destiny so she can talk about the falling out that Destiny had with Melody. She wants to see how she can fix it and make it better. This thing with Melody and Destiny, I think, started or originated way before Melody allegedly heard Destiny talking ish about her with Tisha. I think it stemmed from something that Melody felt Destiny did and she felt slighted by it. Some people are saying it's probably because Destiny didn't disclose her divorce to Melody, and Melody was questioning, like, how close of a friend am I to you if you're not gonna be transparent with me about this, knowing that I've gone through it before. Some people feel like it's because she was talking specifically to Tisha and she thinks that Tisha is not her best friend or even a friend. Tisha is her enemy. So I think she feels a little betrayed by Destiny. But to Destiny's point, if you've said that I was talking ish about you to Tisha, what specifically did I say that was talking ish about you? The only thing Melody has said was, oh, Destiny said she's a Scorpio. Melody always says, I'm a Scorpio, I'm a Scorpio, I'm a Scorpio. So what makes it strange for somebody to say that you're a Scorpio? I'm yet to see what the issue is. For me, this is all petty. It's silly. I'm really over talking about these two and their debacle. I think it's silly. I think it's dumb. And as Destiny said, there's bigger things for people to be arguing about besides this petty drama, because I do think it's petty drama. It's really safe to say, just based on social media, that Melody and Destiny are no longer friends. In the least, they're no longer as close as they used to be. So I see that Miss Kimmy wants to invite the women to a brunch of some sorts. And when she does that, drama is going to ensue, because now people are going to be up in person in other people's faces and they would have to confront each other in some way, shape, or form. And it's not going to be good. I think Destiny will attend, depending on, I guess, how the setup of the meeting is. I think either way she's gonna attend, so we'll see how that goes. Marceau goes to see his brother Maurice, talk to him about some current business developments that's been happening with him, and also he went to talk about Martel coming to him about wanting to buy into Schott, which was their previous conglomerate that was severed because of a falling out of their friendship. So we find out that, it looks as if Marceau is okay with inviting Martel back into the business. And last time we all thought he was using Tisha as an excuse as to why, he had to stall and he had to wait to make a decision. Here he's saying again that he looks like it's a good idea and that Martel could have possibly changed and so on. And he's open to doing it, but Tisha is the majority shareholder and she actually bought out his stocks in the company, and so he has to refer to her for that type of move, whether they would or would not. To be honest with you, I feel like in business, Martel is a type of individual where he'll hurt you once, and then when his back is against the wall, come back to you again with his tail between his legs and appear to be different, and then you do something to piss him off again and he's gonna hurt you again. So I do not think personally that it's necessarily a good idea to invite Martel back into the group, because I feel like if they do, it's a matter of time before the friendship falls out again and then he does something underhanded to hurt them all. So essentially, Marcel wants to test the partnership out a little bit by doing a tiny venture to gauge where Martel is, how he does business, how he's changed, how he's not changed, just to essentially gauge to see whether or not he truly wants him to be part of their organization again. So right now, it's not a question. They don't really want him to be part of the organization yet. And as I said before, he's done some underhanded things in the past. So they're going to navigate that cautiously. And that's the best way to do it. Melody goes to therapy. And she's been going to this therapist ever since she's gotten the divorce. And let's see what happens. So the therapist was asking her what has she implemented, what has she done to like actively, be a part of her healing. And she's like, she's taken away energy vampires, but Kimmy's party is gonna put all these people back into her vicinity. So when the heat turns up for Miss Mel, it's hard for her to turn it back down. Essentially meaning, if you come at me disrespectful, I'll come at you even more disrespectful. And it's gonna be a whole drama because we all know Melody is petty as hell. So Melody ended with some fighting words and said, if people are gonna make her a target continuously, she's gonna fight back. Now, I don't know who she's throwing words for, but I feel like she's throwing words for Destiny. She could be throwing words for Tisha as well, but I think it's more so for Destiny. And in the upcoming previews, we see that Miss Stormy is gonna be this new lapdog for Melody, meaning she's now gonna be the one to stand up and bark for Melody, like how Destiny used to do. And I feel like that's gonna irritate people because we don't like that. We like people to stand on their own, stand up for themselves. There's no lapdogs, there's no fighting for anybody. Everybody's grown. These are not children. Fight your own battles, deal with stuff yourself. But it looks like now Stormy is gonna fall into that very same trap that Destiny fell into. Martell is talking to his business partner Fred, and they're talking about everything. He's showing him this property, this blueprint that he's been working on and everything like that. He's done everything except made himself a legal partner. He's done everything except get that builder's license, and that man has made excuses after excuses. Melody got a builder's license, and Melody does not do and has never done the physical labor of actually building a building. But because she has, I guess, the mental capacity to, she was able to get the builder's license. Now that they've divorced, Martell is like slacking. And I don't know why it's taking him so long to legitimize himself so that he doesn't have to cower under a legal partner to make his work legitimate. I don't get it. So Freddie's essentially telling him, yeah, you do need to get your builder's license because at the end of the day, if we have to keep things in a more professional manner and operate in a more business-like manner, how could that be done if one part of the partnership is not legitimate? So he's like, Melanika is telling me get it, you're telling me get it. Yes, you need to get it. And he's like, what if we fall out right now? And then Martel is like, the likelihood of that happening is unlikely. I don't think Martel should be brave enough to make such a statement because he probably never thought he'd fall out with Scolt and Holt short, but he did, and we see how that turned out. So he tries to liken it to the fact that he was with his wife for a long time, as if to say that he makes lifelong relationships and partnerships. Bear in mind, he was with his wife for 12 years, was cheating on her for 5+ years, and nobody does not look into that aspect of it. When it comes to business, it's all about your integrity in all aspects of your life. If you are not a man of integrity outside of a business place, then how could it translate into a business place? We see how Martel has worked outside of business and in business. Outside of business with his infidelities, shows that he was not a man of integrity then. Then we have in business with the Scots that ended up in shambles, and partly because of him doing some underhanded things. So it's like there's no aspect of his life that he's seemed like he's had integrity. So I mean, as a business person, you kind of have to look at Mattel like and receive him with a grain of salt, because you just never know with that man. So Martel thinks he doesn't have to get a builder's license. So his plan is one of laziness, essentially. So he could just ride everybody else's coattails, ride Marcel's coattails, ride Fred's coattails, because he feels like if I can avoid doing the business license as long as possible, he's gonna do that. I guess, but is it sustainable? I don't know about that. Because as the friend said, if they fall out today, now what are you gonna do? You're gonna be stuck again. And for the Pierce, the Resistance, Kimmy's get together with all the women where they will be forced to talk to each other about whatever issues that they have going on. There's no more going around. There's no more talking to other people. The person is right there in your face. Say what you need to say or be quiet. This is where sparks are going to fly, I guarantee. So it's a Valentine's Day event, and Kimmy is hoping that everybody's gonna come together and it's gonna be kumbaya. But we know in the history of reality TV that has never worked. Putting people that have issues with each other together in one place, it is with the intention of causing drama, because there is no way that you're gonna put people that don't really like each other in an enclosed space and expect them to get along. This is just creation of a perfect storm. So Tiffany and Kimmy try to have a plan of attack in case any issues arise, but we know that's not gonna work. I don't think there will be any type of de-escalating anything. So Melody and her new lapdog has arrived. Now, when I say the term or use the term lapdog, it is not used in a derogatory way. It's used in a way to describe anybody that is gonna be defending Melody more than Melody is defending herself. Okay? That to me is a lapdog. So we have Melody and her lapdog Stormy coming into the building. First of all, why you have a problem with Tisha not acknowledging you? You allegedly called this woman your enemy. So that's what she's coming in there having the knowledge of, that you called her your enemy. So why would she greet you? Why would she acknowledge your presence? You're not her friend. And you made that known to everybody except her. So I don't see where that confusion is coming from. Destiny comes in last, and the whole vibe, in fact, it was even before Destiny arrived, but the whole vibe has changed. I feel that there's so much tenseness. I feel so uncomfortable, and I'm at home and this is pre-recorded, and I feel the tenseness, and I wouldn't want to be there. Neither would I ever put myself in that type of pressure cooker type of situation. But Kimmy is explaining what Galentine's is as if the women there don't already know what it is. So Kimmy's first therapy exercise is for them to write something they like about themselves and some preconceived notion other people have of them. This is a perfect way to bring up drama, by the way. Melody absolutely believes that woman is naive. To be fair with you guys, after reading Tiffany's writing, Melody did call her aggressive. So that is not something... She's throwing words for Melody at that point. Yes, Melody, it was a dig. So Tisha was like, cut the BS. I'm here with my sneakers on. I heard you guys were talking about me. What were you saying? I'm here. Let's have a conversation. Now, I have never seen Tisha so bold-faced. But according to her cousin Kiki, she's not as naive as we want to make her seem. She stands up for herself and she knows how to fight. So she wants the smoke. Let's see who will give her the smoke. A hit dog whale holler was the first person to respond to Tisha's request. Melody Holt, who was talking up or who was really starting the conversation about Tisha at her own pajama party. Mel sure did. So Tisha said Kiki said to her that Melody was trying to get her to talk more about her husband. But I think what it is was Melody wanted Kiki to kind of confirm some suspicions that she had been having of Tisha, and also she was looking for a justification so that it wouldn't be her being the one that is the one bringing in that negative news, but it's news that had already been circulating. So Melody decides to call Kiki on the spot. So Stormy takes responsibility for bringing up the whole issue of Tisha and that Vegas trip. Because remember, Stormy came in as if she was somebody who watches the show, who is a fan of the show, and is just coming in, bombarding people with questions. And her nosy self was the one that I think started it. But Kiki didn't hesitate to contribute with that conversation at all. And that's the issue. Because if that's your family member, be quiet about her business. Like, especially to somebody that's calling her enemy. Are you serious right now? So Tisha comes back and is like, it's weird how all of a sudden Kiki's your friend, but as long as I've known you, you and Kiki has never been this close to the point where you're inviting her to a pajama party. That was definitely done maliciously. I don't care what anybody says. Melody did that maliciously. She found it convenient to use Kiki to get back at Tisha. I don't care what Melody tries to say. So Destiny wants to bring up why she wasn't invited, and she wants to clarify, was it because I was conversing with your op, meaning your enemy? And Tisha is acting dumb like she doesn't know what op means. Op means enemy, miss. Okay, so it's become a whole confusion about okay, the issue is with me and Destiny, and Destiny feels like, what's the point in calling Tisha your op if you're gonna bring her cousin to your house? But to be honest with you, I don't think that argument really scores, specifically because Tisha and Kiki are not in a good place. So it's not like Kiki is gonna run back to Tisha and tell Tisha whatever it is that Melody might say about her. So in that case, I don't see the argument making sense. And another thing is that they're not that close. So if they were close, then it would make sense for that argument to be one of validity. But because they're not close, it kind of falls right by the wayside and it doesn't really quite make sense. But I see what Destiny was trying to do. So Melody is saying her issue is that essentially Destiny was talking about her to somebody she doesn't consider a friend, and she was talking bad about Melody. Now, I call BS on Melody with that talking bad thing, because if in fact she was talking badly about you, why haven't you told us what exactly she said? You keep skating around the issue. You keep saying, oh, she said I'm a Scorpio. So what? If that's the extent of the talking issue about you that you're mad about, then that is truly childish and it's truly petty. If you have not been able to come up with the bad things that she said about you, just shut up at this point, because I'm kind of sick of hearing this conversation. So now they're calling each other bitches. So I don't know. At this point, they're yelling at each other. It just seems very ridiculous to me at this point, but it's gonna escalate. So it turns out that Mel called Tisha bitch first, and because she felt like Tisha was interrupting her and Destiny's conversation, and Melody was like, well, I was calling her girl, girl, girl. She was calling me girl, whatever the case is. This is childish. And Melody is very condescending, and if you get dirty with her, she'll get back dirty with you times 20. Here Stormy goes, trying to be a detective, kind of into putting herself in people's business as well. She wants Destiny to answer as to why somebody is her op or somebody mentioned op. Melody was the one who's, according to Destiny, Melody was the one who said Tisha was her op. So if you want to know anything pertaining to the word op, I guess you have to message Melody about that word, because I don't know where it came from. Melody was the one that said it. So Stormy chimes in again, because as Melody was talking, Destiny's reiterated the word had. Kimmy had something to say now. Stormy has something to say now. Oh my gosh. Knock if you buck. So Stormy stood up. Destiny stood up too. They were about to fight. And it's crazy. So they did a whole rest of the day. That was like a whole 20-minute segment of these women sitting down at a Galentine's event, supposedly hashing things out with each other and getting buck wild. That was insane. That was crazy. You see why I call Stormy Melody's new lapdog? Because she's doing exactly what a lapdog does, like a chihuahua. Like, you coming for Mel, I'm biting you. You coming for my owner, I'm biting off your fingers. And I'm rah 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 rah. So I don't know, you guys. All right, so in the previews, we see Stormy talking to Mel about Tisha's energy. Tisha saying it's misplaced energy. Sorry, Melody saying it's misplaced. She's essentially saying it's directed towards her husband, but she's getting the brunt of it. That's what I'm getting from what she's saying. And then Miss Wanda brings about the hotel rumors that we've all seen the pictures of by now, and she's kind of forcing Tisha to confront the possibility of her husband's infidelity. I feel like a lot of the time, maybe he has cheated, but she does not and refused to discuss it on the show. But now Miss Wanda is really pressing that issue and forcing her to have to confront that on the show, something she didn't want to have to do. So we're gonna see how that turns out next episode. Let me know what you guys think about this particular episode. Do you think that it made sense for them to make a whole segment about women like basically fighting each other? Let me know in the comment section. Like, subscribe, and see you guys next time. Bye.